The better your daily structure, the easier it is to manage your ADHD. And with these 5 digital tools, I can stay in a flow state more easily, be more effective, and can continue making progress and executing my life's work. And no, I will not include ChatGPT into this because this is obviously a good tool. First of all, we have Milanote. This is a simple whiteboard canvas, actually so simple that your ADHD mind can focus on creating a mind map only. And in my opinion, if a tool can do too much, for example Notion, it might be too challenging to keep it organized and effective. Don't get me wrong, I use Notion every day for my YouTube videos and also create templates for that. However, to get there, it took me years of learning, and only after I had organized my ADHD mind, I was able to use it effectively. The thing is, Milanote keeps it super simple and utilize a folder structure where you can create a folder inside a folder. It's similar than your desktop, for example, which is in my perspective an extremely unique feature which only so far I've realized Milanote has. But there are 2 negative things about Milanote. First of all, it costs $10 monthly, and since I'm using for 2 or 3 years, there haven't really been much innovation happening, which is kind of sad because it is a good tool, but they could include some different aspects, or maybe AI like any other company have included it. Second, we have Apple reminders and calendar. I mean, if you're an Apple user, I think there's nothing better than Apple reminders and calendars combined, because you have everything at once. You can tick tasks, you have reminders across all your different devices, and even including Windows inside of a web browser. But if you're interested, this is how my schedule looks like as a creatorpreneur. Third, we have Grammarly, and I think many people who have ADHD suffer with grammar and writing, because a common problem I've read about in many books, and also the guy Richard Branson called in his book that dyslexia. So he says many people who have ADHD might not be good at grammar or writing. I don't really think this is the case, because I thought this for myself as well in the past, that I was dyslexic and I can't write at all because I had the worst grade in school ever created in history, probably not in history, but it was really bad. And I failed school entirely, which is another entire newspaper about this. Long story, never mind, talk about it in another video. But since I started daily writing last year, everything changed, and I think now that it's just a skill we need to learn. And yeah, maybe grammar isn't the easiest thing, so I use Grammarly. And the interesting part about Grammarly, it corrects your entire writing across all your devices. It provides better words and sentences, and subconsciously actually improves your writing. It can also rephrase entire sentences, documents, or even improve your tone of voice, and also into different tonalities, and also for your entire company or business if you have one. And if you have a business or you're an entrepreneur and struggle with ADHD, click the first link in the description, or you can also join my weekly newsletters, which is the link underneath. So a few negative things about Grammarly: it is the free version is really limited, and the monthly plan is so expensive. I think it's like $20 to $30 per month. And if you switch to the yearly, which I done, you only need to pay $12. But honestly, I think for such a good use case and would help so many people, they could make it cheaper, but maybe because it is so good for so many people and they're the only one which is sustainable on the market, that's why people pay so much money. Fourth, we have Readwise Reader. Honestly, this is a game changer. It's kind of like a reading app on crack. So Readwise Reader started actually as an app that integrates between Kindle, Notion, Obsidian, and other apps as like highlights. So you mark it in a book, the highlight, and then it gets into like Obsidian, Cortex, Notion, whatever. But then they released their own reader app, and I think it's undefeated. It is insane. You can save and read PDFs, articles, books, tweets, and even videos, which automatically transcribe the entire YouTube video and allowing you to watch and read simultaneously. And honestly, in my opinion, if you can read and watch simultaneously, or read and listen simultaneously, this is a big thing for ADHD people. Like, I just do it a bit later in the day. In the morning, I just try to read and focus and learn and improve it. But the later in the day, when the attention span goes down, I prefer to read and listen simultaneously, or just listen to a podcast generally. Or you can also organize any highlight from any of the things I just mentioned with tags, notes, and even ask AI or a ghost reader. Additionally, it saves all your information, allowing you to ask yourself specific questions and refer to quotes and highlights you actually have saved before. Yes, it costs 12 months again. I don't know, everything is kind of like $12 per month, no idea why. But in my opinion, it was one of the best investments I've done in my entire life, besides of investing in Nvidia stocks. And the last one, and if you follow me for a while now on this YouTube channel or reading my newsletters, I'm a huge fan of Cortex, and number one is Cortex. Cortex is the software combined with Readwise Reader that changed my entire ADHD brain from chaos to clarity. My entire mind, productivity, business, and life, the 4 domains of clarity, which I often talk about on this channel, changed after I started using Cortex, or generally using a second brain. I mean, you could use any second brain app, but honestly, in my perspective, Cortex is the best. It fits to creators, entrepreneurs, and also the new Eden, which comes out. So Cortex was the beginning, and now it changes to Eden, is probably or will become a pretty good software on the market, because they're going to integrate Canvas, a Canvas feature with AI and videos. And so Danko explained this, that everything is all at once and you can store any information, any file, any folder inside of Eden. But the biggest point is not that Cortex is life-changing. I think, in my perspective, the point what makes it so powerful is that you start writing, thinking, organization with hashtags and interconnected way of thinking, which is, in my perspective, particularly beneficial for ADHD people, because we're pretty good at like pattern recognition and like interconnected way of thinking, which a lot of people, in my perspective, sadly can't. And they're super singular minded people and don't do anything else except of this one job for the entire 40 years of their entire life. I have no idea how people can do this, but that's a topic for another video. And also, the best part about Cortex, it is entirely free. I'm not sure about the limitations of the free version because I paid since day one, but I think the free version is for many people enough already. There's not much I can say negative about Cortex, except that it's a beta and do have a few little bugs, but otherwise I'm super happy with Cortex. And yeah, I have no idea why the life was changing. That's it for the video. All the files are linked down below if you want to join the newsletter, or if you are struggling with ADHD entrepreneurship or ADHD entrepreneurship, creatorship, being a creator, becoming a creator. Check the first or the newsletter down in the description. See you guys in my next video.